What's going on, everybody? It's Aaron at gobigorgobbq. Today we're going to look at all of our grills that we use from a day-to-day basis. We have our Louisiana Grills Champion, we have our Traeger Texas Elite 34, similar to the Pro 34 except for a couple differences that I'll note in the video. And the wind is catching the flag here. And finally, we'll go over our new Blackstone griddle. Stick with us and we'll check them out. Thanks. Alright, so to start off, we'll talk about what a pellet grill is, because I have two of them, and the other one is a Blackstone griddle. It's ran by propane. I think we all know how propane grills work. So for a pellet grill, if you're not familiar with it, they use these. They use pellets. They come in a variety of flavors, brands. It's definitely grown a lot in the past 2 or 3 years. You can get a bag as cheap as, I believe, $8.88 for a 20-pound bag of Pit Boss pellets. Traeger bag runs about $18.99, and everything else kind of in between there. I run hickory or cherry on my pits. Like I said, there's all kinds of flavors. I think there's even like a rum barrel flavor I saw the other day, which was a Cuisinart brand. So yeah, so how a pellet grill works is you will turn your temperature on there. Some of the other models are digital, like our Louisiana grill. If I walk over here, our Louisiana grill is a digital center as compared to a knob on the Traeger. The Traeger is a little older than this one, so that's why the new Traegers even have Wi-Fi on them. So yeah, so turn on your grill. The computer within the controller will tell the auger to start feeding pellets to the fire pot, which we'll see here in a second. And then there's a hot rod in the fire pot that heats up, catches the pellets on fire, and then a fan motor in there, which you can hear now, will then kick on and essentially blow air on the fire. You know, what you need for a fire is oxygen, and that's what it supplies. So yeah, pretty simple design. You know, different from a charcoal cooker where you gotta sit there and baby it. We do have a big charcoal cooker, which you'll see right here. It's down in Cincinnati still. Shout out to my dad for making it. Hint to my dad, add some wheels to it so we can get it back up here and I can cook on it more. But yeah, so pellet grills, you know, some people talk down about them because of the ease of use, but like guys like me who have twins and don't want to sit outside all night babying a fire when you're cooking a brisket, the pellet grills are the way to go. So yeah, check it out here. I'll show you the Traeger first, how the auger is a little different on the Traeger than, say, the Louisiana grill. That's a little longer. It's got a longer auger in the Traeger as compared to Louisiana grill. You'll see the fire pot's in a different place on both of these grills. And yeah, they're both, you know, besides that, a pellet grill is a pellet grill to me. You know, you can get really expensive ones, you know, that are American made. I believe both of these are made overseas. You know, you can get overseas models. You can get Cuisinart, you can get Traeger, you can get Pit Boss, you can get Louisiana Grills, Rectech Grills. Myron Mixon makes a pellet grill, and then there's smaller companies that also do their own pellet grills. So yeah, pellet grills are definitely a big thing right now in the barbecue world, and I'm happy I joined it. Shout out to Uncle Scotty from Traeger for turning me over about 3 or 4 years ago at the Cincinnati Outdoor Expo. He showed me how the Traeger works. We found it on the bid website down in Cincinnati. Got it for a good price. Dad made the shelves for it, and here we are today making YouTube videos with it, selling our sauce and rub, teaching the kids how to cook, and just having a good time. So stick with us. Like I said, we're going to show off how the startup works for both of these grills. Then you'll see where the flames come from. I'll reassemble them. We'll take a look at the Blackstone too. And yeah, let's have some fun, learn some stuff. If you have any questions, comment below. And if you have any other comments, just let me know. Here we go. Caught the pellets on fire, as you can see, and now the fan is feeding the flame. That's where the air is coming that's how a pellet grill works. The auger feeds the pellets catch on fire, the fan keeps the fire going, and there's a temperature probe right there on the inside of the grill that reads the temperature that tells the computer to keep feeding more pellets to the fire. So, easy as that. Let's go check out the Louisiana grill. So here's the Louisiana grill. As you can see, it's a little bit of a different setup for the auger feed for the pellets down into the fire pot. It's on the edge of the grill instead of in the middle of the grill. This, I believe, is for the Louisiana grill's sear station, which I'll show once I get everything set back up. It's one of the things I do like about the Louisiana grill. It's different from the Traeger, is you can get that open flame cooking on there. I also like this grill for the storage or grate placement, so it's a little better for baking. Once everything's on there, I can get stuff higher up in the grill than with the Traeger where it's right on the grate. So as you can see, it's a short auger for the Louisiana. You know, it's 2 or 3 inches, whereas the Traeger is probably about a foot, 18 inches long. But yeah, both essentially do the same thing. Auger takes the pellets, feeds them into the fire pot. Hot rod catches the pellets on fire, fan feeds the flame, and the computer keeps the pellets going. The temperature probe placement in the Louisiana is kind of back there. I don't know if you can see it or not with the sun glare, but it's back there. Yeah. You don't really get to see how the pellet grills work in some of their commercials, so I figured I'd show you here. And we'll go and check out the Blackstone next, and then I'll get the grills put back together so you can kind of see how they look assembled. Thanks. So this is our Blackstone griddle. It's the combo model from Walmart. We actually found it for half off at our local Walmart. So if you're in the market for one, definitely keep an eye out because it was a really good price. We couldn't pass it up. I did ask my wife. She said okay. Always ask your wife about getting a new grill. So yeah, this is a 3-burner on this side. I think it's about 28 inches instead of the 36-inch model most people get. It heats up really nice. You know, 5-10 minutes, you're ready to go. We did some hibachi on it the other night, and it turned out really good. We actually used the side burners to make the rice, you know, which is nice because then you're not outside and inside for cooking. It's all right here in one spot. It does come with like a little deep fryer for the burners. I've done some wings in them. The deep fryer is nice. It lacks wind resistance, so if you get a good wind going through, it will cool down the fryer, and it does take a little longer to heat up. But overall, it's a really sturdy grill. When I put it together, I can definitely tell it's got a thicker gauge steel. Really quick to put together, maybe an hour, 2 hours at that to put it together by myself. But yeah, really happy with the purchase, and can't wait to see what we cook on it next. Alright, so we got the Traeger put back together, and I'm going to show you what it kind of looks like all put back together now, what we, you know, how it will look when we're smoking. But I also have our grill grates on there right now to show you what those are. If you haven't heard of a grill grate, obviously that's just, most people hear grill grate, they think of just what goes on your grill, which is correct, but it's also a brand. It's by a family-owned business. I believe Brad and them are out of Georgia. And yeah, these are grill grates. They can get you your nice fancy sear marks on your steaks, on your chicken, whatever you want to grill. Or you can flip them and sear it on the other side like a flat top. That's what we were doing before the Blackstone. But now with the Blackstone on hand, kind of just using it on the grate side. So yeah, this is the Traeger all put back together. Nothing really to look at here. You know, this is our workhorse smoker. I've had the Traeger now 3 years. It's never had an issue, never skipped a beat. Up here in Cleveland, you know, we get up to, you know, negative. Sorry, phone cut out there. We get up to like, you know, -10, -15 mile an hour wind chills up here, even sitting under the porch in the Traeger. Throw a welding blanket on it. You can buy a thermal blanket for it, and it's good to go. We've won a couple awards with it. Definitely easier to travel with than, say, the Champion, but it's just a great grill all around. Love our Traeger. So this is our big girl, the Louisiana Grills Champion. They had these as a Costco exclusive when we found it, and we found it again just like the Blackstone on sale because it was the end of the season. I couldn't pass it up. You know, it's a big pellet grill. I think we got it for less than $800, and I believe they are $1,200 new now. So it was definitely a good deal. We couldn't pass it up, and it's got plenty of storage. You know, we don't use the sides too much. If we do big cooks for family events or anything, definitely helps keep things warm. I smoked bacon in it. That really worked well as a side cabinet for a little colder smoke there. And the storage beneath is really nice. Like I was saying about the Traeger, this one's not as easy to travel with. We towed it down to Nelsonville, Ohio for a competition, and on the way there a lot of the bolts and screws kind of shook loose. I don't know if it was the vibration from the cheap U-Haul trailer or if I didn't tighten them enough, but it's a little more bulky to move around, and it wasn't fun to try and unload it off the trailer once everything came loose. But anyway, the smoker is now put back together. I have the sear station open so you can kind of see how that flame comes through the grill. As you can see, you can definitely get a more open flame sear here, but the downside is, as you can kind of see, there is the ash. So it might be the old pellets I have in there that are creating a little more ash than usual, but that is the downside of using the sear station on this instead of using the grill grates just heated up on the grill. Like I said, a very large capacity that has the bottom grate and then 3 grates above it just in the main chamber. On the side chamber, you know, if you want, you could buy extra grates from Louisiana Grills. You can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 grates just in that chamber. So if you're making like beef jerky, it's a great spot for that. And then if you're cold smoking cheese or keeping things warm, you have another 5 spots up here in the top chamber. So it is definitely a good investment for us. I like it. I think minus a charcoal grill like a PK grill, we are pretty rounded out on all of our grills here. Running out of room on the porch and running out of excuses to buy more grills. Give me an excuse to buy a grill. Tell my wife I need to get a PK grill so we can do steak competitions. She'll listen to everybody. We'll pan over and take a look. This is our Keeter cart. I think you can find them at Sam's Clubs now. They were at Costco a couple years ago. We actually found ours on a bid website. Awesome cart for when you're doing your backyard cooking. I appreciate the guys mowing the lawn behind me, because who doesn't love a little lawnmower noise on a YouTube video? So yeah, these are all our grills. I'll back up, try and get them all in one shot, and then I'll post a picture of how they look on our porch setup. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We went over a couple of our grills, the Louisiana Grill, the Traeger, and the Blackstone. And I hope you guys, if any questions you had were answered. If not, I'm happy to answer them. Hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or here on YouTube. And I'm excited for the next couple videos. We have a Wagyu beef plate rib in the fridge that we're going to cook. We also have a prime brisket and a rack of ribs that I'm working on a new rub with. So I'm excited to share that with you guys. Hit the subscribe button, like us, and share, and I hope to see you guys later. And as always, go big or go barbecue.